Alright YouTube, welcome to episode 11 of the Q&A series here on the channel. The pretty much more or less whatever weekly series. This was actually going to go up yesterday. I started recording it, but the video we uploaded yesterday kind of took a little longer than I expected, and I said fuck it, so we just waited till the day to upload this, and I reshot the intro. But anyways, if you want to be featured in these videos, all you got to do is leave a question below, and whenever we get around to making the next Q&A, you're probably in it. Anyways, let's get to the questions. So Metal Gear Ray and Chromie Earth Gaming both want to know pretty much what my thoughts are on Shadow of War. If for some reason you aren't aware, Shadow of War is the sequel to Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor, which was a fucking fantastic game. You know, we love our fucking open world RPG games here, and any game, any kind of open world RPG that has stealth-based mechanics and you actually have skills and shit you can level up, I'm all about that shit. So we've known about the sequel for a long time, and I've only seen the announcement trailer right now, but I'm totally behind this game because they fucking show, I think Sauron's coming back, which is phenomenal. I don't know when this game takes place in terms of like the storyline versus like the movie and books, and then it looks like something like the Balrog that like Gandalf fought in the first movie, so I'm unbelievably hyped. Proximity Legend wants to know what I think about Destiny and Destiny 2. I love the shit out of Destiny, to be honest with you. I got it from a friend that had all the DLC up to right before Taken King came out, and then I picked up Taken King for myself on Xbox One, but I had it on 360. It was great. I played the fuck out of it. I suck at the PvP. I enjoyed the going from plant to plant. That was fun. I really like strikes. I have this thing with gaming where I like to team up with like actual players and fight, you know, a bunch of like big bosses and shit. And that's just something I really enjoy in gaming. And this is exactly what Destiny offered. I did not get Rise of Iron, which looked fun, looked great, but you know, like $30+ for a DLC or expansion, just not my cup of tea. I like my DLCs to be a little bit cheaper than that. And I didn't play Destiny that much at the time when it came out. As for Destiny 2, we don't have a whole lot of info on it, but what we do know sounds great. Like, the planets are going to be a lot bigger. There's actually going to be towns and things you can explore and quest lines specific to those areas. It sounds a lot better, but then some stuff's not carrying over while some stuff is carrying over. So I don't know until we get a little more details. Benrock says, did you eat Ghost Recon Wildlands? And no, I did not actually eat it. Shelby Parks wants to know what game was the first to have graphics that really blew your mind, and says that his was probably Dead Space. If we're talking just like cutscenes, it'd probably be Final Fantasy X. I mean, look at the quality of this picture, and this is from a cutscene in-game, and this was on PlayStation 2, and it came out, like, Final Fantasy X came out in 2001. Like, it's crazy to think about. That game is 16 years old, and look how good the cutscene graphics were. And, of course, it's been HD remade now, so the graphics are even better. But if we're talking, like the actual run around the world in this game was pretty fucking terrible. The graphics were horrible. But if we're just talking about general graphics, the jump from San Andreas to Grand Theft Auto 4 was fucking crazy. Now, I know there's a console generation between the two, but all the same, I've been playing Grand Theft Auto since, you know, PlayStation 1, so I've dealt with all the shitty graphics. Even at the time of playing them, I was very aware of how terrible the graphics were. So I first fired up my Xbox 360 with Grand Theft Auto 4. I was just blown away about how, like, those were HD at the time. If you compare Grand Theft Auto 4 to 5, now, like, it's pretty sad. Like, GTA 4 isn't as good as it used to be. But at the time, it seemed fucking phenomenal. Dream Killer hits us with a long question, but more or less is asking if I want the next console generation to be fully backwards compatible, or just have, like, half the games backwards compatible, but have, like, HD remakes or something like that. Definitely, I would have to choose that I would rather have HD remakes. Fully backwards compatible is cool, but it's kind of, you know, I don't mind backwards compatibility, but you just kind of want to step forward into the new console generation. I'd rather just have the games remade to the current, whatever the current console generation is. Ketosis with Joey wants to know what my favorite thing about Grand Theft Auto 5 was, and what was my least favorite. There's almost nothing wrong with Grand Theft Auto 5, to be honest with you. Rockstar's just about the best company at making near-perfect games. They don't just shit out games. They're not like Activision, all these other companies who have like annual games. There's a reason there's years and years between each GTA title, and like obviously Red Dead Redemption title, we've been waiting for a long time for that. So like they put a lot of work. They give a fuck about the quality of their games. Unlike most game companies these days, they're not all about the money. But if you look at the world compared to 4, like, it's crazy how good it is. Like, obviously you have the wildlife, you have like dogs and cats around the city. You can explore the ocean, which is kind of crazy. We've had the ability to swim and go underwater for a couple games now, but there's never been anything. And that was kind of cool. Also, it was kind of dead, though. There wasn't anything to actually do in the water. GTA Online was a great thing. That is one aspect of this game where Rockstar is kind of money hungry, is GTA Online. It's held them back from doing a single player DLC, which is actually, I guess, something that I do dislike. But if I had to complain about some stuff, I'm not a big fan of the city of Los Santos in Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, obviously, this is probably the most alive city we've ever had in a Grand Theft Auto, being that it is the newest one. But I'm a super big fan of GTA 4, and to me, that city felt more to scale to like something like New York, whereas this does not feel like any part like to scale of Los Angeles. It's so easy. Like, Los Santos is such a small part of the map. I've talked about this in the past, but I mean, you could fit Los Santos, you could fit like 3 or 4 more Los Santos into the rest of the map. Like, they focus so much on like the northern area, like Sandy Shores and all the wilderness and all the desert and all that shit, instead of just making the city bigger and better. Like, to me, I would have preferred that over what they did. GTA 5 is still a great game, though. Chublub wants the story of the first time I watched porn, and honestly, guys, I wish I had like a good, interesting, funny story for you, but this is something I actually don't remember. I don't remember the very first time I watched pornography. Probably would have been like some random DVD I got from a friend. Probably like pre-teen, maybe 13, 14, something like that. I don't actually remember. But I've seen like magazines and stuff when I was a really young kid, you know, find them like in your grandpa's like fucking bathroom sink and shit like that. It's the first time I probably saw pornography at all, though. Jesus wants to know if me and Spazzy are a thing. I wouldn't really say we're a thing. I mean, we occasionally meet up on the border of Arkansas and Oklahoma and just pound it out, but no, I don't think we're something. I don't think we're a thing. If he thinks we're something, well, that's just him feeling things that aren't true. We're not in love, Spazzy. Please quit telling people that. It's Nico here, wants to know who my favorite Fallout 4 companion is, and it's gotta be Dogmeat, of course. Dogmeat's definitely the best out of all the companions, at least in my opinion. He doesn't judge you on shit. He can still carry things for you. He can still fight for you. His fighting is limited to, you know, one-on-one combat. You can't give him a fucking gun. But he also has his own perk tree, which is cool, and he doesn't actually count as a companion, so it doesn't like fuck with the lone survivor or sole survivor perk tree as well, so you get all those boosts and having a companion. Powdered Madness wants to know if I had to get rid of all salty food or all sweet food, which would I get rid of? And your boy doesn't really fuck with the sweets all that much. Like, I occasionally, like, I might eat a honey bun or something like that for breakfast with some coffee. But when it comes to like overall sweets and shit, like I don't fucking eat cake, I don't eat ice cream, I don't eat candy bars. They all happen occasionally, but I fuck with the salty food way too much. There's just naturally salt in most things that I eat, so that'd be a little bit harder for me to do. War Unfurled wants to know if I could choose to be in any game, what would it be? The obvious choice has to be like Fallout, right? Like that. Now maybe like Fallout Light. Like I don't want to, you know, live in a world where Deathclaws are a real fucking thing or super mutants. You know, we don't want any of that crazy shit. But I love the idea of a post-apocalyptic world. That's why we do the Fallout shit here on the channel. It's like just my shit. Or some kind of zombie apocalypse, but it's got to be like Resident Evil zombies, but only zombies. We don't want the crazy fucking monsters and stuff. Cause I want the really, really slow zombies. That way, if I gotta take a little jog away from them, if there's too many of them, it's not a big deal. We got like Dawn of the Dead zombies, or like 28 Days Later, which aren't technically zombies. They can fucking full on sprint after me. I don't want that shit. Not sure how to say his name. It's either like Ivshan, Ivshan, something like that. He asks, do you ever receive comments from angry feminists on roast videos? And if so, please describe. I actually haven't, surprisingly. I did have a few people I've made videos about actually comment on the videos. One of them was like the crazy chick that like made that. There's a little clip going around about her saying like, talking about killing all men and even male babies and all that shit. Which apparently that was taken out of context, but regardless, I made a video about it, and she actually commented on it and kind of did like a response video about a bunch of other people, but had some of my clips in her videos. And then there was this black guy, I can't think of his name right now, but he was kind of blowing up in popularity on Facebook because he posted a picture about like some chick trapped in the snow, like her car broke down off the road, but she had like a Trump sticker on the back of her car, so because of that, he didn't save her, or help her, or whatever you want to say. And so that kind of blew up popularity. I made a video about it, and he actually came across the video and commented. Other than that, no, I haven't had any crazy feminist comment on my videos, but I wish there were some fucking feminists that were pissed off, and it'd be great. And that's actually where we're going to end this video, guys. There were a few more questions I was going to add, but as I mentioned before, I had to reshoot the intro, and then my day got super busy. In the middle of editing the video, I had to leave. It's been gone all fucking day, so I had to redo this outro, and it's like 10 o'clock at night right now, dude. So I'm not trying to like make this video upload super goddamn late. So if I didn't use your questions, guys, all you gotta do is leave the same question below, or give me a new question for next week, and I'll try to do this shit on time. It was going to be uploaded yesterday, as I said before, but just shit happens. Anyways, if you'd like to be featured next week's Q&A, all you gotta do is leave a question below or hit me up on any of my social medias, and I'll be sure to do as many as I can. Let's make next week the longest Q&A ever. Just hit me with every single question you guys got, and we'll try to use every single one of them. Let's just get crazy with it. Anyways, guys, if you want to enjoy the video, give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Follow me on Twitter. Links to my social networks are in the description. And the outro, later.
eyes, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's fake, cause I don't fucking care.